Hi, I'm Billy Hallwell. Welcome to a special edition of Pure Talk. We are here at the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C., and I have Eilina Madrasso with me. You are a content manager here at the museum, correct?
Yes.
So take me through. I am fascinated by the exhibits here that dive into the Bible's impact on culture. How did you guys decide what to put into that?
Well, that's a great question. The Bible has had such a large influence on so much of the world. And so the section that talks about pop culture or about culture in general is called Bible in the World. And there's everything from how we talk about Bible's influence on music, Bible's influence on literature, art, stage and screen. It's very,
sort of endless.
It is. It's very pervasive and kind of surprising. One of my favorite displays here is called Everyday Life. And you walk into what almost looks like a shower curtain, and on the inside you have different displays of things that's really displays of the Bible that are hidden in plain sight. You wouldn't think that that was the Bible, and then it hits you. Oh, yeah, that is the Bible. So, for example, you know, we have things that are a little more common, such as Tim Tebow would write on his eye black the different
John
verses.
3:16.
Yeah, exactly. Or you would have Stephen Curry, and he writes on his shoes. But then you have things like Heidi Klum dressing up as an apple with a serpent coming over her head as her Halloween costume, you know, roots in Genesis.
Exactly.
So those are some of the surprising things that you think, oh,
I never would have thought about that.
Thought about
right.
that. Exactly.
And the depths of influence. You know, when it comes to music and entertainment, I mean, how deep do those roots go in terms of influence?
Yeah, music has such a rich history with having the Bible influence it. I mean, a lot of beautiful music that we think of as classical music has its roots in the church. And so that's a natural one. But then you think of like Gangster's Paradise with Coolio. And he says, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Well, that's part of Psalm 23. Or you have B.B. King, and he's singing about, isn't that just like a woman? And you have that root from Genesis and you know, Eve eating of the fruit. And so you have that, and then you have film. And all around the world you have people with film and theater. You have different displays of maybe the resurrection, you know, people put on theatrical productions. You have Jesus Christ Superstar, which is a big Broadway hit. And then you have Evan Almighty, you know, with Jim Carrey.
Which is relative. I mean, these are recent things, and I think we talk about the Bible like it's gone out of style. Well, we don't, but a lot of people do.
Sure.
And it clearly has not. It influences so much of art and culture. Yeah. And it's just fascinating to me. I love that. Any final thoughts before we go here?
I think people coming in will be quite surprised by much of the music or the theatrical productions or even literature that we've chosen, and it's really fun to find things that are hidden in plain sight. Themes, characters, and quotes, things that we even say in our everyday life. We have many of those displayed here, so it's a fun little investigation for people to come check out.
I love that. Well, thank you very much for coming down today. Everyone out there, make sure you tune into our Facebook page, facebook.com/PureFlix. We'll see you next week.
Here's the deal. PureFlix.com has 6,500 titles you can watch right now. That's way too many to show you in just 90 seconds, but you know what? Here we go.
I'm the man, you were the dog. I am talking to a dog.
How many times do you know the directions to your house, but you listening to the phone?